I am so angry at Mario Kart World right now. I think this is one of the very few times that I've been actively angry at a decision that Nintendo has made. I'm usually a pretty chill guy, and I understand things, and I try to make sense of things and understand all points and perspectives of certain decisions that Nintendo makes. But this, I'm confused. And I don't understand why in the world Nintendo has decided to do this thing. And what is that thing I'm talking about? Well, it all has to do with Mario Kart World. I am livid. I don't understand Nintendo at all. This mainly has to do with the fact that they haven't made any sort of new free DLC for the game. Now I know it seems kind of, I don't know, goofy for me to expect these things that Nintendo has never promised. But let me explain myself here because I'm just confused and I need to rant about it. I need to. First of all, we all know Mario Kart World. It's a good game. You know, you drive around. It's basic Mario Kart. Yes, people have problems with some of the intermissions, but I think as a package, it's a fantastic game. There's lots to do in free roam mode, lots of P-switches. There are some amazing track level designs, but it does have its problems. There's like a few really easy things that I think would have been so easy to avoid. Like when I play a P-switch. When I do a P-switch and I need to do it over and over again, whenever I click the P-switch, the camera moves to show me the track. Like I don't need to see the camera move every single time. It's so annoying how I can't skip this camera move and I can't just like restart the whole P-switch mission. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That just seems like a really basic thing that would have been so easy to include. And speaking of P-switches, why is there no way to tell how many P-switches or which P-switches I've collected? It does tell me how many P-switches you've collected, but not where I've collected them, which means that you're blindly going around the entire map, figuring out which ones you still gotta do, where you gotta do them. There is an app on your phone to tell you and help you track which P-switches you've got, but that's not good enough. I shouldn't need to download a full other random third-party app, not from Nintendo, to try and help me finish one of their games. It is such a basic thing that they could have added that it just boggles my mind why it's not here in the first place. And then of course there's the intermissions and all the drama with Nintendo making you play the game as they want you to play it with the intermissions, and how in online mode they essentially remove the ability to just play a basic 3-lap track like Mario Kart has been intended to be played, or is the most preferred way to be playing Mario Kart. You all know what I'm talking about. These are just like basic game things that I really don't understand. And what makes this most annoying is the fact that this game is $80. Now, I know we all have our problems with $80 games, but for an $80 game, you expect the quality to be pristine. If you're charging me $80 for a full game and not giving me any DLC or any, additional bonuses, like this game better be complete. It better feel like it's complete. The thing is, a lot of these little nitpicks that I have make the game not feel complete. It feels like it was like the P-switches was just thrown in there, and they really didn't think about a way that you can track your P-switches, which boggles my mind, especially because they did that with those question mark blocks. Like, you know where these question mark blocks are, there's a certain amount, and you know which part of the map you can get these question mark blocks. So the P-switches, like, that's such a massive part of this game. There's almost 400. It just drives me crazy that you can't do that. It actually makes me not want to play the game actively, because why would I waste my time driving around the map getting these P-switches? Anyways, this isn't even what I'm talking about. This isn't even the main part of the game, but the fact that you spend $80 on a game, it should be finished, it should be full, and I should feel like it's full. However, I really don't think that they really added everything they should have, especially for an $80 game. It doesn't feel like an $80 game. But I was able to get past that thought, and I was able to justify it when I bought the game, because from Doug Bowser, which is the president of Nintendo of America, he said there will be support for this game, and because of the longevity that this game has, you should be able to play it, and because of the amount of effort and everything, this should be worth $80. He also brought up this whole variable pricing thing where he thinks depending on how long a game has been in development or the amount of effort they've been putting in, that it should be worth a certain amount of money. He calls it variable pricing, which means that based on the game, he can change the price willy-nilly on a specific game. And with Mario Kart, I get it was in development for a long time, but the way I took the variable pricing thing, and he says that it has like the longevity or whatever, to me, that means that there's going to be support for this game, that Nintendo is going to support it. They're going to put their resources in to supporting it with free content, especially if they've already charged $80. I kind of justify this in my brain by thinking, okay, this is really a $60 game, but we're just kind of like prepaying for $20 DLC. Thus, the DLC in my brain should be $20 worth of like support. on the next few years. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? There should already be support for this game. Like, this has already come out for 4 months, and I know that might be a little too soon for some people, but this is where it drives me absolutely insane. This is what makes me angry. We just got a Nintendo Direct in September 12th, and it's, you know, it's Mario's 40th anniversary. They announced a lot of new Mario stuff. They're really pushing Mario Galaxy. They're really pushing the new Mario movie. You know, they announced a new Yoshi game and a new tennis game. So they're really going ham on Nintendo this year. And I thought, oh, perfect. This is perfect. We will get some new Mario Kart DLC, some free DLC, maybe even if it's just one character, or it's, you know, even as little as one tiny costume or basic functionality to tell me where my P-switches are, or my Peach medallion, like just basic upgrades, like quality of life update maybe, or even a potential plan or a idea of how this game will be supported in the future. Like with Smash Ultimate, before it was even released, they're like, hey, we're gonna give you 5 Fighter Pass characters, and we will be supporting this game indefinitely. You pay up front, and you can expect every 6 months there'll be a new character, which was amazing. We knew exactly how Smash Ultimate was going to be supported, and we knew what to expect as fans, that there was going to be, you know, new characters coming out. And I happily paid for the Fighter Pass. And when I went into Mario Kart World with like this prepaid DLC mindset, which I guess is nobody's fault but my own, I was just really disappointed that there was no Mario Kart World DLC shown off in this new Nintendo Direct, especially because it's Mario's 45th anniversary. But what makes this even crazier is the fact that Donkey Kong Bonanza already got DLC. Now, say what you will if that game deserved it or not. And, you know, I'm happy that Donkey Kong Bonanza got DLC, but they've already released paid DLC for Donkey Kong Bonanza. This tells me 2 things. First of all, chances are Mario Kart World is going to get DLC and it's going to be paid. And second of all, potentially they've already are done with Mario Kart World. The fact that they've already released paid DLC for a game that came out after Mario Kart World, and I know it's just a month after, but still it is after, just makes me so confused, especially because I think Mario Kart World is so much more suitable for DLC, and it needs it so much more. The fact that Donkey Kong Bonanza got DLC first, and it was $20, really makes me concerned for the future of Mario Kart World. And it also doesn't justify the price at all. Like, as someone who has paid more money than they would for any other game, and I still have no idea how Nintendo plans to support the game, or what they're going to do, or even if there's going to be new updates, I feel like if they're going to charge that much money for it, they should at least explain to us what they're going to be doing, why I should be playing this still. Like, I'm already done with Mario Kart World. Right now, I'm done. I might crack it out a couple times, but as a single player experience, like, I'm already done. They're not going to support it anymore. Then I've done everything I needed to do. And it really leaves a sour taste in my mouth. It makes me look bad onto Mario Kart World. Like, it makes me, you know, I don't feel good about the game. Again, it is a fantastic game. I don't want to belittle how good of a game it is, like mechanically and, you know, everything about it. Graphically, and you know, it's a fun game to play. I'm just kind of angry that we don't have any support or ongoing idea for how Nintendo's going to support this game. Maybe that's a me problem. Maybe I'm the only one with this thought and the idea, but just the fact that we have no idea how they're going to support this game when we paid that much for it just worries me. I think honestly at this point, I think they're going to announce paid DLC, and I just think they probably had it on the docket, but they already saw the outrage from the $80 game in the first place, and I really think that they just couldn't do it, and they're trying to figure out a way to rework it. I'm sure in the spring 2026, around the Mario Galaxy movie, they're probably going to release some DLC for it, and I do think it's going to be paid, which is crazy to say, but I think it's going to be paid. Or imagine if they do like a Battle Pass thing. It's so un-Nintendo to do a Battle Pass, but at this point, I don't even know. Maybe they will. But am I absolutely insane for expecting so much from Mario Kart World? Are these asks, do they even make sense? Do you think the same thing? Or let me know what you think in the comments, and hey, consider liking and subscribing, because man, I really don't even know what to say. Also, let me know what you think about the second channel. I'd love to know your opinions. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. See you later.